Hello and welcome to a new ship tour of the Cruise Vibes, and today we're going to take a look at the Excellence Queen, another ship of the Reisebüro Mittelthurgau. But this ship is slightly older and smaller than the Excellence Empress, as this ship was built in 2011 and is 110 meters long. She's 11.4 meters wide and can take up to 140 guests. We are starting our ship tour as always on the main deck, the lowest deck on board. Here we have the smallest cabins with small windows that cannot be opened. At the front we have the spa and a wellness area, which in this case is mostly a gym, which is for the size of the ship quite spacious. And here on the pictures we can see it a bit better. And that's already it for the main deck, and we can now go up to the middle deck, so we can go up the stairs for one deck, and then we go back down half a deck because the front part of the ship again is half a deck lower. And here in the front we have the Excellence restaurant. This is the main restaurant on board with a very nice calm color scheme and a lot of space in between of the tables and big picture windows. So quite pleasant, nice restaurant here on board, and a table will be assigned to you for the whole duration of your cruise here in the Excellence restaurant. We can now head up one deck. Now we are back on the middle deck, the rear part of the middle deck. Now we can go all the way to the aft of the ship through this cabin hallway, and here we have only cabins with French balconies with the size of 16 square meters. The last two cabins are slightly smaller and the first two cabins are slightly bigger with 15 respectively 17 square meters. And at the aft we can take the stairs up one more deck to the upper deck, where we have the Salon Rive, which is the second restaurant on board, to be found at the aft of the ship, where you have a wonderful view over the stern wave. Salon Rive is used as an additional restaurant where you, for example, can get sushi, but you can also use it as an additional seating area during the day. So if you want to have a calm alternative to the main lounge, you can also use the Salon Rive. On this type of ship we also have a small outdoor area behind the salon, so you can also sit outside here at the aft of the ship. Now we can take another look at the picture of this Salon Rive, and then we continue back to the front of the ship through the cabin hallway on the upper deck. On this deck we also have only cabins with French balconies. We have the regular cabins with 16 square meters, and in addition the last two cabins are slightly bigger with 17 square meters, and the first cabin on the left is also slightly bigger, and the first cabin on the right, on the starboard side, is the Excellence Suite with 30 square meters, so much bigger than the other cabins. Here we are back at the front. Here we have the reception area and the atrium with the elevator and the reception, cruise manager's office, and also a small shop. These ships share the same layout with the ships of the company Skilla, but they do not belong together. This is not a ship of Skilla, they just have the same layout, but the interior design is completely different. Here on this ship we have a quite unique reception in a round shape in the middle of the atrium, so it's accessible from all sides. On the left side now we have the desk of the cruise manager and also a small shop. Here we have another general overlook into the atrium area. And now we can come on to the front of the ship, where we have the heart of this ship, which of course is the panoramic lounge board. Is right at the front. Here at the rear part of the lounge we have just seating areas with the most comfortable seats at the inside, and very comfortable but not as comfortable seats at the windows. But all of these seats are quite nice to sit, quite comfortable, and I also really like the color scheme of the lounge, which is very calm, nothing too dramatic, so this is looking very nice to me, and I always like it if things are looking nice and are comfortable too. At the front we have the big panoramic windows and the bar with the most spectacular view. There we have a bit less comfortable seats, There is the nice round bench, but the seats that are around the tables are not too comfortable as they are not very high. But I think that's quite clever to have the least comfortable seats in the area where everybody wants to sit at the front panoramic windows, and to have the most comfortable seats at the area where the least people want to sit, so you can make sure that passengers are actually using all parts of the lounge equally. So I think that's quite smart, and in general I really like this lounge. It's very comfortable and nicely designed. And now we can head to the outdoor area of the panoramic lounge. We can just leave the lounge here at the front, and then we have an outdoor terrace here with benches, also partly covered, so even if the weather is not perfect you can go out here and you have this nice view over the ship's bow, which is a very nice place, especially if the ship is sailing through some very spectacular landscape. And now we can go up one more deck to the sun deck, the highest point on board. And the front part is slightly lower than the rear part. Due to the bad weather conditions, the furniture was not set up properly as it was quite windy, so to avoid anything from flying away, everything was on the floor, and also it was quite rainy, so anyway nobody wanted to use the sun deck. We are now heading to the rear part of the sun deck, which is half a deck higher. This is due to the low bridges on rivers like the Main or the Main-Danube Canal. In this case only the front part of the sun deck can be used and the rear part has to be closed. Everything on the rear part of the sun deck can be folded down to the height of the floor, and then you just have a few centimeters between the floor and the bridges. Therefore also the furniture is foldable here on the upper part of the sun deck. In this case on the river Rhine it's not necessary to fold everything down, but the locks are also quite low and there's one low bridge, so a few things like the sun covers for example had to be folded down as well. And that's it for this video. I hope it was interesting for you. Here you can see when the next video will be uploaded. In this video I will show you more about the cabins and the life on board, and also you can see the name of the song. As always I'd like to say thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did please consider to comment, like, subscribe or share the video link, and I hope to see you in my next video.